anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got to discuss Caitlin Clark. You already know what it is. Caitlin Clark has spoken out about that flagrant foul that just drew a lot of head waves. Bottom line is, obviously, we're going to get into the fine and everything, but Caitlin Clark has addressed it, and she has let it be known that there was no malicious intent on that foul that was called.
I wasn't trying to do anything malicious. That's not the type of player I am. So, yes, wasn't anything like that. And I went for the ball, and that's clear as day in the replay. You watch it. You know, it shouldn't have been upgraded. But
And while I was looking at it, I really didn't think it was anything of it either. I must agree with Caitlin Clark. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. We're gonna get into what she did, yesterday and everything against her arch nemesis and Angel Reese. We gotta break it all down because her and Angel Reese, these two are just linked, and I don't know. The media want to put these two against each other, and I wish that those two didn't take the bait. But clearly, you see that I think that they did, because these two don't like each other. I think they shouldn't, dislike each other, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. Caitlin Clark said there was no malicious intent. She put up 20, 10, and 10. Miss Caitlin Clark this game. She put up a triple double. We got to call it how we see it. 32 minutes. That with a stat line like that kind of, it doesn't make Angel Reese look that well, even though she had 12 and 17. That's pretty dominant. I mean, Reese putting up more rebounds than these women putting up points. So the only thing I don't like is the critics, and because you could be a fan of both of them. Just because you like Angel Reese, that doesn't mean you dislike Caitlin Clark, or vice versa. Because Angel Reese, when are we gonna say that she's playing on a bad team? The organization clearly doesn't have the structure from top to bottom. When are we gonna say that? Because you basically have Angel Reese wasting away. You have Camila Cardoza over there supposed to do a little bit more, and she was drafted above Angel Reese. Why is Angel Reese the face of the franchise? That's something that we need that's a whole nother argument, but I guess we'll get to that a little bit later. But getting into this call, and Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark did say that she will pay the fine, for Aliyah Boston, because obviously we all know Aliyah Boston and these ladies, they don't got it like that to be paying these crazy fines. I don't even know why the WNBA even went forward with a fine like that in the first place. But basically, Caitlin Clark, she was asked about the flagrant foul that she had committed against Angel Reese during that blowout. That resulted, it was 93-58. Against the Sky in the season opener. She did say, I want to read quotes. She said, "Let's not make it something that it's not." After posting her third triple-double of her career, it was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion. It's a take foul to put them at the free throw line. I've watched a lot of basketball in my life. That's exactly what it was. I was trying to do anything malicious, so it's just crazy, to be honest with you, to say the least, what's going on with these two. I like I said, I don't think she was trying to hurt Angel Reese, but Angel Reese, for some reason, I don't know if she tried to get some social media clicks or what, but if another player did that, would they have called that? Would they have made it seem like it was some kind of flagrant? That's what I want to say. Would she have popped back up with that same level of intensity? If it wasn't Caitlin Clark who did that. Caitlin Clark was actually in the right to foul there, because Angel Reese had a clear layup. So I don't know if Angel Reese thought they was on some no contact rule between them two, but that was a basketball play, I must admit, from Caitlin Clark. I got to keep it 100 with you. I guess in the manner that Angel Reese took the fall, that resorted her into getting up like that and wanting to fight, but thank God that cooler heads did prevail. People did get in the middle of it. I don't know why they fined Aliyah Boston, because if they didn't find Aliyah Boston, they could have had that darling in the middle of some real chaos. Because could you imagine if Angel Reese would have really was able to do something? So I mean that's something that we got to say. It could be, if some people may say it's hatred, jealousy, whatever. Caitlin Clark, her career is ascending, on and off the floor, same as Angels, but Caitlin, like I said, is a different trajectory. So I don't know if it's looking like she getting all the credit and Angel want to make it seem like she's always, hey, I'm a part of it too. I'm a part of it too. So it's tough. But shout out to Angel Reese, because I like Angel Reese. That was a good performance by her. She just don't have the team. You clearly see some improvement in her game. She's trying to show her game in a different avenue. Let's see if she's successful. That's all we could say. But she did say that's not the player she is. So it is what it is. Reese said it was a simple basketball play when asked after the game. Clark committed the foul during the third quarter, shoving Reese to the floor under the basket to prevent her from taking a shot. Clark was hit with the flagrant one, with both her and Reese being issued technicals, as the two had to be separated by players from each team. Clark, like I said, balled out. And a lot of people was posting. You even had LeBron James tweeting out triple dub CC. So everybody is showing Caitlin Clark love. They understand, what she brings to the table. She's, like I said, she's a great player. We ain't gonna discredit what Caitlin Clark is doing. But like I said, Angel Reese is a good player as well, but she clearly don't have what they have out there in Indiana. So Angel Reese got to make some decisions here on what's gonna happen. Is she comfortable with being the social media darling? Her show, her podcast, all that blossoming, or is she really ready to start winning? Because that's what's going on with Indiana. They about to start winning. They've been winning, but they really about to start winning. And if Angel Reese wants to continue to look like they are similar, or in the same ballpark, or a key word, like I said, if Angel wants, if she wants to still be in the realm of Caitlin Clark, to ride that wave, she better start riding these wins. Because if Caitlin is in the playoffs year after year and they not sniffing she's just going to go to the bottom of the totem pole. As great as she is, we just may not see it, the way we want to see it. We want to see them compete in the playoffs. We've seen it in college. Why not at the highest level in women's basketball? So Angel Reese in Chicago, they got to roll their sleeves up and get to the drawing board and make something happen. But I'm going to leave it at that. Caitlin Clark will pay the fine from Aliyah Boston. And like she said, let's not make it something that is not. It was a basketball play. She watched a lot of basketball in her life. You heard that. It's Flight Sports TV. If you new, most definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to be bringing more news updates and more. Peace and love.